Ladies and gentlemen, what's poppin'? It's your boy Sim, and I'm here with my man Tony Crow, and we're gonna break down the timeline of the Diddy sexual assault allegations. Tony, what's poppin' with you, my brother? How you feeling?
I'm good, Sim. What's good with you? Glad to be back on the stoop.
Yeah, no
Been a
doubt
minute.
about it. No doubt about it. It's been a minute, man. Let's get right into it and break this thing down. Um, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we're late to the game, but it's just a little bit crazy. We're gonna do it. We're gonna begin with November the 16th, ladies and gentlemen. Diddy's ex, Cassie, accuses him of rape, sex trafficking, and domestic violence in a lawsuit. All right, and I'm gonna blow this up so you can see it for yourself. On November 16th, according to People magazine, singer Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York against Diddy, whom she dated on and off again from 2007 to 2018. In a complaint, she accused Diddy of raping and abusing her over the course of their decade-long relationship. Once Cassie, born Cassandra Ventura, decided to fully end the relationship in 2018, over dinner, she alleged that Diddy forced his way into her home and raped her. Combs' lawyer, that's Diddy, Ben Brafman, denied the allegations, stating that Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. Ms. Ventura's demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. Despite withdrawing her initial threat, Ms. Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. Now, Cassie's attorney, Douglas Wigdor, responded with a statement. He said, Mr. Combs offered Ms. Ventura 8 figures to silence her and prevent the filing of this lawsuit. She rejected his efforts and decided to give a voice to all women who suffer in silence. Ms. Ventura should be applauded for her bravery. Okay, so now, Tony. First of all, just, we're going to read what's next. You know what? I'll read what's next, and then we'll get to and we'll break this part down because these two, this part of the timeline connects. I mean, it all connects, but these two connect specifically because on November the 17th, Diddy and Cassie settled the lawsuit. Just the next day, they settled the lawsuit. All right, and I'm going to blow this up so that you can see it as well. A day after Ventura filed her lawsuit, Diddy and the singer announced they resolved the claims in the lawsuit to their mutual satisfaction. The parties added that there will be no further details publicly released about the terms of the agreement. I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control, Cassie Ventura said in a statement. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support. Diddy added, we have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Ben Brafman, Diddy's lawyer, said in a statement to People, remember, this information is coming from People magazine, just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2003, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Ms. Ventura the best. Okay, Tony, let's get into it. Let's break this one down, man. So first, Cassie decides, that she's going to sue Diddy. right? And complained that he forced his way into her home and raped her. Her lawyer says that, she's speaking out for all women. But then they accept a plea deal. Well, not a plea deal, I'm sorry. They accept a settlement. So there's two things here. One, does the settlement, like you asked me earlier, does the settlement mean he's guilty? And does the settlement mean that, was she really speaking out for all women? There's two things to think about there, right? You know what I mean? What's your take on first just the case, the allegations, and then the settlement?
He settled pretty fast.
That he
24
did.
hours.
That he did. Really fast. As a matter of fact, I think it gives some credence when her lawyer says that, Diddy offered 8 figures to silence and prevent her from filing the lawsuit. I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, yeah, he said to me that is an admission of guilt. If I didn't do something, I don't think I'm gonna pay to stop it from going any further and going through the proceeding. I think I'd rather stand on, you know what I mean, me saying I didn't do it. I didn't do these things. But as far as on the flip side, and the lawyer saying, she's speaking up for all women, go through with the case. Go through with the proceedings.
Right.
Because it's a civil trial. So you win, you're gonna get that money anyway. You know what I mean? It's not like you're gonna. So the money, unless you know what I mean, you taking a chance because you could not win.
Yeah.
But
and I guess okay. So speaking like from the standpoint of Diddy, his lawyer, I would think, must have said to him, there's not enough evidence to prove your innocence. You know what I mean? So it's better for you to settle.
And in the civil trial, it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. It just has to be within reason.
Exactly.
That this is possible.
Right. And then on Cassie's side, I'm sure her lawyers are probably like, if you go through, there's details to every case, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to get out. This is going to get out. That's going to get out. Do you want the public to know these things about you? If you go through this lawsuit, it might be better to take this money and fade off into the sunset. Especially if they knew that there were other people that was going to come out anyway.
I mean, she opened the floodgates.
She opened the doors. She opened the doors.
You know what I mean? And that could be a moral victory within itself for her, or a double victory. You know what I mean? I'm getting my money, and for sure, as much as the details of the case, of the accusations, 36 pages. I'm sure everybody's heard all the different accusations. I'm pretty sure she wasn't as detailed and gave all the information up that she could have. You know what I mean? She held some back for the potential proceedings and witnesses and things of that nature. I mean,
it's
I think he did it. I think he had a history of speculations and allegations,
right,
prior to
I mean,
Cassie. You know what I mean?
there's been all kind of speculation about Diddy, prior to this coming out, about Cassie and the other women that have accused Diddy. And we're going to get to some of these other women as well. Speculation about his sexuality, all kinds of stuff. And we'll talk about some of that stuff a little bit later on. Let's take a look at what happens next. All right. So he settles with Cassie.
24 hours.
24 hours. Knocks that settlement out the box. Wasn't even playing. But then to his surprise, on November the 23rd, Diddy is accused of sexual assault by another woman. Right, so according to People, days after settling his lawsuit with Cassie, Diddy was accused of sexual assault in a lawsuit filed in the Manhattan Supreme Court. According to the documents obtained by People, a woman named Joy Dickerson Neal accused Diddy of drugging and raping her when she was a college student at Syracuse University in 1991. Attorneys for Dickerson Neal claimed she was the victim of revenge porn after the music mogul allegedly recorded the incident and shared the tape with others in the music industry. At the time of the filing, which occurred as the New York State Adult Survivors Act window was about to close, Diddy denied the allegations, claiming Dickerson Neal fabricated the story. Right, so according to Combs's People, his spokesperson, this last-minute lawsuit is an example of how a well-intentioned law can be turned on its head. Miss Dickerson's 32-year-old story is made up and not credible. Mr. Combs never assaulted her, and she implicates companies that did not exist. This is purely a money grab and nothing more. That was the spokesperson for Diddy. Any thoughts about this one, Tony?
Not at this time, really. I guess we'll see how it proceeds. You know what I mean? Does she proceed with the case? If he's denying it, I'm assuming he's gonna fight it, and they're gonna have to go through deliberations.
Right.
I and the company's not existing. I don't know what merit that has.
Yeah, I think that right there, by saying she implicates companies that did not exist, is really to just try to damage her character. Say, look, she's naming companies that don't even exist, or this, that, and the third. So how can you really trust or believe her?
Yeah.
Right. I guess one thing that I'll say is, because how much does the New York State Adult Survivors Act come into play as to when this woman and other women decided to come out about Diddy? Right? Because
I think it has everything to do with everything. Because it's 30 something years later.
Right.
It has everything to do with it. But I mean
yeah, I mean listen. So the Adult Survivors Act is a legislation enacted in May 2022, which amends the state law to allow alleged victims of sexual offenses for which the statutes of limitations has elapsed to file civil suits for a 1-year period from November the 24th, 2022 to November the 24th, 2023. The act thus expands the ability of plaintiffs to sue for sexual assault and unwanted sexual contact in the workplace. Right? So what Diddy's spokesperson is claiming is that this woman said, hey, you know what? I have until November the 24th, 2023.
I'm going to wait till the last day.
Yeah, to make this claim. He's not going to go to jail, but I might be able to get some money. That's what they're claiming. You know what I mean? And that's what they're claiming is the thought process of this woman and other women that are coming out against Combs. Right? Let's move on to the next, because on the same day, he faces a third sexual assault lawsuit. Right? He was accused of sexual assault by a third woman, according to a lawsuit filed in New York County Supreme Court. In the lawsuit obtained by People, a Jane Doe alleged that Diddy and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall took turns raping her and a friend in New York City more than 30 years ago. Diddy's spokesperson had something else to say. Spokesperson said, "These are fabricated claims falsely alleging misconduct from over 30 years ago and filed at the last minute. This is nothing but a money grab. Because Mr. Combs' fame and success, he is an easy target for anonymous accusers who lie without conscience or consequence for financial benefit." The spokesperson added, New York's legislature surely did not intend or expect the Adult Survivors Act to be exploited by scammers. The public should be skeptical and not rush to accept these bogus allegations.
Why is he talking about with the public? The public don't matter.
Right.
What matters is the judge and the jury.
And I guess maybe, always in some way, somehow the public is going to be able to sway the jury, because the jury is going to come from the public, right? They're going to hear about these cases before they're even chosen to be one of the jurors. You know what I mean? There's no way around that. So as much as he can try to sway the public, and on the victim side too, as much as their lawyers can try to sway the public, you know what I mean? You start to taint their thought process as they move into the courtroom.
I mean, you're right.
You know what I mean?
I think it's tainted already. It's tainted already. For him.
I mean, there's no doubt about that. It's tainted.
This one, and is that's what it's gonna be every time allegation is a money grab. You know what I mean? I mean, you paid the money on the first one.
Yeah.
And you kind of used that same excuse early, said it was blackmail for the book and this and that. Like,
yeah.
This is why, honestly, I wish Cassie would have just went through with it. I wish she would have went through with it, because if she would have won, she would have got her money. I know, I understand the details that she may not have wanted to be
revealed
released,
or whatever.
You know what I mean? But I mean, the details is they the truth, right?
Right. It's the truth,
that's
right?
your truth.
Right.
You got
right.
Like, that's part of it. And guess what? You could have still did your book. You could have got your monetary. If you won, and then you could have still did your book.
Yeah.
If that's what you wanted to do.
Right. A big shout out to my man Ron from Still Knicks Fans. He said, well, actually, the public does matter because of perception and other business ventures that are going to distance themselves from Diddy. And we've seen it already. You know, he's lost sponsorships and things like that. Obviously, he stepped down from a Revolt. We're going to talk about that, coming up. So, definitely, the public's perception, aid in taking the person down as well. You know what I mean?
Well, when I say that, though, I'm saying by you saying the public, right, by you calling for the public to not rush to judgment, I think it just sounds funny. If you state what you're stating without asking for the public, like, to help,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, to me, that just sounds weird. I'd rather you just say you think it's a frivolous, it's a money grab. You know what I mean? Say that part. The judgment is gonna be there regardless.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? Like you saying that is not gonna change anybody's
Nah.
mind.
Right.
What's gonna change their mind is the facts that come out
Mm-hmm.
and how you refute it.
Right.
You know what I
Nah,
mean?
no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Going along with what Ron is saying about Diddy, losing endorsements and things like that, business ventures. November the 28th, Diddy temporarily steps aside as Revolt chairman. Right. So shortly after these other allegations came out, or all of the allegations came out, the hip hop TV network Revolt, which Diddy co-founded, released a statement through social media announcing that Diddy would no longer serve as the network's chairman. A representative for the rapper told people the move was only temporary. In a statement, the network wrote, Sean Combs has stepped down from his position as chairman of Revolt. While Mr. Combs has previously had no operational or day-to-day role in the business, this decision helps to ensure that Revolt remains steadfastly focused on our mission to create meaningful content for the culture and amplify the voices of all Black people throughout this country and the African diaspora. The statement continued, our focus has always been one that reflects our commitment to the collective journey of Revolt, one that is not driven by any individual, but by the shared efforts and values of our entire team on behalf of advancing, elevating, and championing our culture, and that continues.
The ship be sinking, son.
Right. You know what I mean? So he steps down as the chairman of Revolt. And I would say that this here is when he stepped down, just a couple weeks ago, I think it was a sign that he and his lawyer understood that this was going to be a battle. You know what I mean? This wasn't going to be something he could, either he was going to fight it. He was like, you know what, I'm fighting this because this didn't happen. Or he just knows it's going to be a battle. You know what I mean? And he doesn't want to bring down the image of Revolt.
It was too late. And to me this statement is BS. Because I'll tell you, number one, he lost two big sponsors, or Revolt did. You know what I mean? They stepped away from their deal with Revolt. I don't know the lady's name, but she is like a top executive in Revolt, and she stepped down.
Right. Right.
And then this was announced.
Right.
You know what I mean? So to me, it was bull. Like, even if when you read
But
it
I guess,
and it says
I guess
it's temporary,
she
right?
stepped down. I think I read that she stepped down because she was a victim herself.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
she didn't want to work for, an alleged, someone who allegedly, an alleged assaulter.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Did you hear of her coming back?
No, I didn't.
Or
No, I didn't. She didn't come. I didn't hear of her coming back.
I didn't hear. I don't know if she did or didn't, but I didn't hear of her coming back either.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's what I mean. To me, this is just all spin. Because why would you put temporary? Why would you need to put the fact that previously had no operational or day-to-day role in the business?
Right.
Why would you need to put that?
To me, I mean, they're trying to separate themselves. They want to separate themselves. Right.
But if you're, to me, it's just spin. I agree that I see what they're trying to do, but to me, it's not genuine.
Okay.
Because if it was genuine, why would you put only temporary?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to put that. You know what I mean? You don't even have to reveal that. And then why would you put that he really wasn't really doing anything here anyway? And then even how they ended it. Because when you say he wasn't doing anything day-to-day operational role in the business, you're basically saying he was just a face. But then at the end, you kind of say, "Oh, we don't believe in having a face."
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, to me, it was bad PR. Like, I don't even like the way it was wrote out. Like, I could read it and hear it's disingenuous. You're just trying to save face.
Right.
You're just trying to distance yourself, like you said.
Right. Right. They want to distance themselves. No,
It's,
no doubt about it.
but it's not genuine.
You know.
And to me, that, like, the lady stepping down, that was genuine.
Right.
You understand
Right. It's going to be interesting to see if he returns to Revolt. I mean, it would seem that he's still going to be. I mean, I don't know their business model. You know what I mean? If he's actually a an owner of Revolt. I know he was. I know he was a founder. I don't know what kind of business model it ended up being. You know what I mean? Because if they are an LLC, you know what I mean, or a corporation, then it's really not owned by one person. It's a board. You know what I mean? Which doesn't mean he can still get paid. He still makes money from it. Because he has a role or a position. So who knows? We'll see if if he'll be back with Revolt. Right. But it doesn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen, because just a couple of days ago, 7 days ago, last week, another allegation comes out against Diddy. All right, December the 6th. Diddy is accused of sex trafficking and gang rape by a fourth woman. You know what I mean? Now, this is after November the 24th. Okay, so I don't know what the statute of limitations is for this particular accusation. Right, but it's after November the 24th, meaning that if this was an old case, if the statute of limitations was passed, then they would not be able to sue. So obviously the statute of limitations for this did not pass. All right.
Well, I don't. I mean, we may have to look into it, but I thought New York State also has the same law, and it was a 2-year window as opposed to New York City having the 1-year window.
Okay. Well, but I think this is filed. Well, let's read it. It says in early December, Diddy was accused of sexual assault by a fourth victim in a lawsuit filed in New York. They're not saying New York. We don't know if it's New York State or New York City, but filed in New York, right? A woman under the name of Jane Doe accused Diddy, former Bad Boy Entertainment president Harvey Pierre, and a third individual labeled as third assailant of sex trafficking and gang rape when she was 17 years old. They're not saying how old she is. And in the filing obtained by People, remember, this information is coming from People magazine, Jane Doe claimed that Pierre approached her at a lounge in Michigan and convinced her to take a private jet with him and the third assailant to Combs' recording studio in New York City. Once she arrived, she alleges she was given drugs and alcohol before being viciously gang raped, the lawsuit claimed. Now, just because this happened in New York City, it could be a state, it could be filed under the state law, it could be filed under the city law, but there you go. There is a fourth woman coming to light. Now, I don't know. Do you think there are more, Tony, that are going to come to light? Because, I mean, 4.
I do.
Right? 4.
I do think there's more. I don't think it's gonna stop. I think it's gonna be um it's gonna be one of the it's gonna be big. It's gonna keep going.
Gonna keep going.
It's not gonna stop.
Gonna keep going. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. If there's more out there, he knows. He knows. And he's shaking in his boots. Gotta be. He knows they're out there. You know what I mean? He knows. Now, Diddy, he comes out and he says, December 6th, the same day, he speaks out about the sexual assault allegations. And he says, enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs.
Should have did that from the beginning.
And he, I mean, does what he said change your mind at all about whether or not he did it? You think he did it?
Nope. That should have been his statement from the beginning, and he shouldn't have paid Cassie if that's how he feels.
Yeah.
Right. Because I mean, is it a coincidence that Cassie opened the door, got paid, and now the other lawsuits are coming?
Right. And now she can't. Yeah, exactly. Because now she can't say anything. She can't say anything. But somewhere along the line, you had to know that she knew somebody else was going to step up and say something. Either her lawyers reached out, you know what I'm saying, or somebody came forth to her lawyer and said, "Can you represent me too?" Because boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying?
Her lawyer represents at least one of the other.
Does he?
The other, yeah.
Right. So they knew. So it was like, well, go ahead, accept your This makes it even look worse on him. You know what I'm saying? You take the deal, it looks worse on him, and then now we're gonna file. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is bad for Diddy. This is bad for him. He's gonna be taken down. He's gonna be taken down monetarily because these are all civil suits, right? These are all civil suits. I mean,
did that was that law only for civil?
Yes, they're civil suits. It's only for civil.
You weren't able to file criminal charges.
No, only for civil suits. Yep. And Perrin said Diddy did it. My man Ron from Still Knicks fan said nope, Diddy did it. Too much questionable behavior over the years, and too many people know where the bones are buried.
Speaking of which, I'll say what I said. In pre-production, I guess if you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I would what Ron said here. I've been saying that he gonna join Russell Simmons out in that island and you know what I mean, disappear. But
that's what he better do. Just
yeah, I don't know, man.
Fade out because I mean, once he goes, these are going to be public cases. We know that these are going to be public cases. Everyone's going to know everything. Once he gets through with this, it's better to be out of the spotlight for a little while and then maybe come back later to try to recover if you can. But you know, he got enough money. I don't even know if I try to recover. I might just fade away. Like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? I'm fading away somewhere and chilling.
The problem is, I don't know if he could do that. You know, like he's not
you know,
used to not being
that's true.
the star in the room, the life of the party,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
right. The star of the show, the guy. Yeah, I know. No doubt about it. He's not used to that.
you know, Russ was a little bit different.
Right. Right.
Russ was used, you know what I mean? He used to being behind the scenes, moving silent, you know what I mean? You don't even know, you might not even recognize me. You know what I mean? Got Diddy want to be seen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always been his MO. All in the videos. You know what I mean? You know, that's always been his thing. Jay Williams said he won't lose sponsors. Actually, Jay, according to Vibe magazine, Diddy reportedly loses 18 brand partnerships amid the assault allegations. I mean, 18 brand partnerships he's already lost, according to Vibe magazine. So, you know, and whatever else he has, you better people are going to distance themselves from him. They're going to distance themselves from him. You know what I mean? Didn't he, didn't he come out a few years ago and say that he had like a porn addiction or something?
A porn addiction, a sex addiction, and he said he's not ashamed of it.
Not ashamed of it.
2009, I think it was.
And he said something about when he was a kid going into whorehouses and all of that. Like, man.
Yeah, lost his virginity at 13 and never stopped.
I mean, all of that's. Listen, you know what I'm saying? The plaintiff's lawyers are gonna go find all of those type of statements he's ever made about anything like that, and they're gonna use it against him. Oh, you was a sex addict. You was a porn addict. You used to go, pay for hookers. You used to boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. They're using all of that. Oh, so you were living out your porn dream with these women, and man, it's about to get dirty for Diddy.
And I mean, the Aaron Hall allegation, like the thing with him and Aaron Hall is on record, you know what I mean, just talking flagrant about about his sex life, and you know what I mean. So
it's crazy. It's crazy. Do you think this opens the door for the hip hop MeToo movement? Because I don't know if we've seen, we didn't see it hit hip hop as hard as it hit some other industries, in my opinion. We had Russell Simmons, right? But for really, I mean, there were some allegations.
That's what I was about to say a second ago. I hope he actually opens the door to. I'm sure he knows of the creeps in the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure, just like the Epstein list that came out, I'm sure there's a list that trickles down into hip hop and music execs and artists, and get all these guys off the street. You know what I mean? Like, so I hope he snitch. I hope he snitch it and you know what I mean? I hope he don't get like, I hope he doesn't get off as far as like no punishment.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope he gets some leniency, because I think at some point,
I mean,
it's a criminal accusation is gonna come up.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? We don't need predators around, especially when you look at, I mean, the music industry. I mean, today it's a cesspool for anybody to get abused, not just women. It used to be, mainly women is getting abused, and I'm pretty sure it still is mainly women getting abused. But now I'm pretty sure there's young boys getting abused. You know what I mean? The entertainment industry is a sex pool for that because, these kids, they're coming in, they want to succeed. And some of them will do anything to succeed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Some of them will do anything to succeed. You heard MC Shan, he threw some things out there about Will Smith. I know you heard it, right? When he talked about how he was supposed to be the Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted him to do some things. And he was like, nah, I ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say that Will Smith did those things, but he's just saying, hey, I didn't do it. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of kids out there that get that still, it was happening then, and I'm pretty sure it's happening now. You know what I mean? And if the hip hop Me Too movement, if let me tell you something, a lot of people's favorite stars, might be getting, a lot of people's favorite stars. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a tough one for a lot of people when it, when things like that start to go down. And it could be. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I was gonna say Ron should have just jumped in here.
Word. Ron, the door is open. You can come in. The door is open. If you want to talk, you can come in. The door is open. You got the keys.
He mentioned the fabulous Jay. we was talking about that off here.
We was just talking about that whole, that whole Usher thing back, backstage before we got on. We was just talking about the whole Usher thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of bones, and Diddy knows exactly where those bones are buried, all over hip hop, man. And that'll be a tough one for a lot of people to swallow. But you know what I mean, you got to clean it up somehow, some way. I mean, do you think it's gonna open the doors for a lot more executives? What about rappers?
I think the door is open for everybody. What I'll say is, I mean, I hope everybody get what they deserve. Honestly, I feel bad because I know in the midst of all of this, there are gonna be some untruths.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Some real scammers, money grabbers, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the true victims, man, I hope they step up and speak their truth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, there's no doubt about that. Do you think it's some rappers out there right now like, oh, damn. Scared, nervous a little bit?
100%. I think
they got to be.
I think there's men, period. You know what I mean? Like, not for nothing. I mean, even when in the beginning of the whole Me Too movement, you know what I mean? I thought men in general was scared. You know what I mean? Was nervous. You know what I mean? Looking back, like, is there anything I ever did? You know what I mean? Anything I gotta be worried about? So
yeah, I mean, I think rappers, men in hip hop right now, I think they're probably a little tentative because when you look at rappers that went on tour and just all the wild shit that happens on tour, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know who might jump up, truth or not truth.
Truth or not. See, that's where it gets scary.
You know what I'm saying?
But to me, that's scary because it's unknown. You know what I mean? They probably don't know names. Not saying Diddy
right.
know all these people's names and everything either. But to me, the execs, those are the real creeps. The people who have like the artists in my brain, to me, they were just having a good time, right? Like I don't, not
Right.
saying nobody did no flagrant foul things. I'm sure it has happened, but I don't think it was to the extent of what these executives would do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because now they're using money, power, and it's almost like a jealous I don't want to say jealous, but the rapper, they're known. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? The women know who they are, and a lot of times they do want to do things with them.
Right.
The executives, they have to be manipulative.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got, you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
got to be.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like that November 24th date, there was a lot of people like, yo, we need November 24th to come and go. Hurry up. We need this joint to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Ron from Still Knicks fans said he said, I don't want a hip hop MeToo movement. I'm asleep right now. You know what I'm saying? Then he said, they might go after my idol from Marcy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there
They've
was
been
already
talking
some
about it.
things. There was already some things about Jay-Z, not with assaulting anyone, but that he had like a love child in Maryland. Ron said Jaguar Wright has a vendetta, and she is cashing in right now. She's been doing that for a couple years.
Yeah, but she hot right now. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I know,
Like
but
she,
you know what I'm saying? She been doing that for a couple years.
she retelling stories now.
Yo, I don't know, man.
I tried to tell y'all 5 years ago. Y'all
Right.
ain't want to hear
I
me.
don't know. We're gonna see what's going on. Crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, Diddy's, he's in for, the time of his life right now. The time of his life.
Do you
I wouldn't be surprised after it's all said and done though, that he doesn't fade away and he comes out with some kind of album or music.
I think he knew this was coming. I think he been knew this was coming. Think about, even like, he's been, number one, he just dropped the album, right?
Mm-hmm.
That came suspiciously very close to the you know what I mean? Like, to this date. You know what I mean? It dropped right before this date.
Yeah, a few months. What, July, something like that? It was right. It was right around the Nas album, so maybe it was September.
Yeah, it was
September.
September. I lost my train of thought. But no, he's been trying to change his image. You know what I mean? Brother love. Love this, love that. You know what I mean? No more
Right.
giving everybody back their masters
Yeah. I mean,
out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, I think
maybe so. Maybe so. There's so many, and that's when you go back to the Cassie thing. You know what I mean? He probably knew that she was looking to write a book because, her lawyer said that he offered an 8-figure settlement for her not to write the book. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he probably did know some things was coming. Not to write the book and the case. To bring allegations. So he probably did know some things was coming. You know what I mean? And the thing is, when you're out there on tour and you're doing this and that, like you said earlier, you don't know who these women are. It's one thing when you worked with a woman for 10 years. Okay, I know what happened with this woman. You know what I'm saying? It may not be the truth. It may be the truth, but you know exactly what happened. So you can really make a good decision on what to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me settle out of this because I know what went down. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't going to look good for me. Or, nah, I'm fighting this because I know what went down. You know what I'm saying? When you're out there and you got women that you have no clue who they are, and you don't remember because there's been so many women, You know what I'm saying? And so now you really don't remember what happened with this woman.
Or I mean, Entourage. You know what I mean?
Entourage,
Like
yeah.
you
You know what
might
I'm
not have
saying?
even been there.
Might not even, yeah.
Or you might have only been there for 30 seconds.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You might have
And
walked in and walked out. Or oh, y'all doing something? All right, I'm out of here. I'm going on to the next room. You know what I'm saying? But all she knew is that Diddy was there.
yep.
You know, so yeah, I think it might be a scary time for a lot of rappers, man. Rappers, executives, you know.
I mean,
don't
and
know.
we ain't even go through the list of people that have been accused under this new
Yeah,
window.
we might have to do that on another time. I know you was asking me what I thought about 50. You know what I'm saying? Trolling Diddy. As a matter of fact, you know, I heard the name from you, Did he do it? But then I seen 50 posted it on his Instagram, Did he do it? You know what I mean? I don't know. What's your thoughts, man? 50 coming at Diddy.
Man, if anybody ever got an issue with 50, man, you need to try to mend that fence before you hit rock bottom, because he's so strategic, you know what I mean, in what he says and when he says it.
Right. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
he called out AT&T and the other sponsor before they left Revolt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which by publicly naming them, not only do you put pressure on them, but now you give the public the knowledge of who to put the pressure on as well.
Right. Yeah, you know, 50 is, you know, listen, 50 just, that's
Then he
50,
offered to
man.
buy Revolt.
Yeah,
You
you know
know
what I'm
what I mean?
saying? You
For
know,
the cheap.
50, you know, that's 50. He don't hold no, he just does 50. At least he's consistent, right? He's consistent doing what he does. That's 50. Consistent. Anyway, I don't know, you know, ladies and gentlemen, leave it in the comment section. Let us know what you think, you know, about this whole
Did he
Diddy
do it?
situation. Did he do it? Did he do it? I actually think he did, man. I ain't going front. I think he did. I think he did. You know, things have always been questionable with Diddy. You know what I mean? Always been questionable.
I want to see
I
who
think he
comes
did.
out and speaks up and speaks out. I mean, even like
I would.
it's been so many
Yeah.
allegations, man. Like even before Cassie, like
Yeah.
the Kim Porter thing
Hmm.
with who's the Christopher Williams? That's his name.
Christopher Williams.
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
that's his
I'm
name.
not sure. I mean,
He
I want to know what Mary J thinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was always tight. I want to know what she thinks about all of this.
she ain't gonna speak out.
She probably ain't. She's probably not going to
She ain't
speak
gonna
out.
speak out.
She'll probably just, you know,
But
be
those
like,
are the
no
people
comment. But
that we need to, you know what I mean? Those are the people that could solidify things.
yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I would love to know what she thinks. I'll be interested. I'll be listening to see if she. I'm pretty sure people have asked her, and she probably just, you know, no comment, whatever it is. That could, you know, if she gets pulled into it, that could be a slippery slope for her, because she's always been a spokeswoman
Mm-hmm.
for women. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, she got to move right. Because if she comes out and just like no comment, or, you know, I rock with Diddy, women's gonna be like, wait a minute, hold up, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Even if she truly just feels like, yo, I know this guy and I know this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying?
Her best response would be, I hope it ain't true.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's what. Yeah. I hope it ain't true, but I'm gonna stand with my women because we can't let this keep happening. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. That's a tough
But
one for someone like Mary.
but
Knowing her
again,
history and what she's been through, she gotta stand with the women on it. And I guess it's not even just about standing with the women. It's just but it happens to women more often than not. More often than it's happening to men. When I say more often than not, that's what I'm saying. It happens to women. It happens to, at least in the past, it was men taking advantage of women. You know what I'm saying? And
I
she's
mean,
and she has experience. She's been victimized in different ways. You know what I mean? So I know she's got some feelings about it. She's got to have
I
some
mean,
feelings about it.
and who's to know what? What her true history is with him.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I
I
hope
mean,
not.
what do they call that? Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We're going to see, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get up out of here. Let us know what you think, please. Let us know what you think. Leave it in the comment section. And we'll keep you updated with whatever's going on with Diddy, because this is going to be it's going to be crazy. And I'm pretty sure we're probably going to see, we'll all be watching court TV or whatever, you know what I'm saying, when it goes down.
Speaking of 50, we ain't even mentioned the whole surviving Diddy documentary. He
Yeah.
talking about doing like
Right.
I heard like he's dead serious. Like it's in the works from what I heard.
Yeah, it might be. You know what I'm saying? Especially if more people come, a fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, nine. I mean, it's women out there. It's a lot of women out there. Some of them, I'm sure there's some that's like, nah, I ain't gonna speak up. I'm scared. I ain't gonna say nothing. There's a lot of them out there.
Might be some men out there.
There might be some men out there. Might be some men out there. You know what I mean? From the rumors that you hear about Diddy, there might be some men out there too.
You want a party.
That's why Fab wasn't going to no Diddy parties. You know what I mean? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time. We up out of here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and all of that.